I've said it a billion times. I literally don't care what business somebody's starting. If they started it with the focus of building a list, they'd make more sales. All right, everybody. Well, welcome back to another episode of Bots in Business. As always, I've got Trent here with me.
Good to be here.
And today is the Wednesday after Black Friday of 2021. We didn't participate in the deal making that everybody else does. I think it's bigger for a lot of other industries than it is software. There is a very touchy line when it comes to, we have a product offering here at Chatmatic. If we were to discount that offering for a special day, all the people who've been paying previously would be like, what's going on?
Yeah.
There's a whole business conversation to be had about the right way to do that, which instead of cheapening our price, it's increasing the offer, and then offering all that new stuff to old people would be a fine way to do it. But then it comes into like, what about the scarcity? Because are they going to be able to get it in the future? So anyways, we didn't do the Black Friday thing. So we're not here to talk about our Black Friday results. What I want to talk about is what did happen on Black Friday and what we did notice from an ads perspective.
A quick question. Did you notice like a lull even in like your like buying? Like I wasn't pressured to buy, or I didn't feel like I needed to buy. I guess it would have been a good thing to do for like Christmas presents. But my roommate kept asking me, he's like, are you going to get anything for Black Friday? And I was like, I didn't feel like, oh, I really want this thing. Or there's things that I want, don't get me wrong, but it's like, I just didn't feel like the deals were that good, or I get, offered those deals all the time. Yep. Did you have any of that?
Well, the thing that I noticed, this year more than ever, and I think this is going to continue to happen, this trend is changing, is we went from having Black Friday, which was the day that the sales happened. Yeah. Saturday and Sunday were usually nothing. And then Cyber Monday came around. What happened this year, and again, I noticed it way more like obvious this year than ever before. The week prior to Black Friday, I was getting emails, our Black Friday starts today.
Yeah.
And it went until Black Friday, and then I got a lot more of these emails. Saturday and Sunday, we've extended our Black Friday deals. And then Monday, it's Cyber Monday. And then yesterday, I got emails, we're extending our Cyber Monday deal.
Yeah, I was getting text messages about that. So I think that's the problem. Gives you that like mindset of like, okay, come on now. I can buy whenever.
It triggered to me that like whatever this deal is, it's obviously not that good. Black Friday used to be the day where you would put things like the original idea of Black Friday was the big box stores like Best Buy and Sears and Walmart. They would take 5 or 10 big items that they know everybody wanted, which is why the whole Black Friday TV thing came about.
Yep.
Was because they would take a couple of TVs, not even their best TVs. Like realize there's 5 levels to TVs, right? There's like the basic flat screen that's like 1080. Then there's the version of it that's 4K. Then there's the version of it that's like plasma. Then there's a version of it that's
5-10 years ago where there wasn't that.
And so it was like LCD TVs were hot. And what they would do is they would take a brand that they had a lot of, that they could get a lot of, and they would mark it down to just above their cost so that they would get you in the door. Because nobody runs into Black Friday Walmart sales and fights with somebody over a TV, or there was a big fight back in the day over Tickle Me Elmos. Where I don't know how old you were at that point, but like I was like I think I want to say like late teen or something when that happened, and that was massive. But nobody ran into Walmart just to get the Tickle Me Elmo. Exactly. They would also get other things. So there was these. It was the holiday of the doorbuster, basically, is what it was. And so I think what happened is a lot of people lost sight of that, and they thought, well, Black Friday is just a day I get to discount everything on my store and blah blah blah, which is great. A lot of people made a lot of money. Tons of businesses set records, but I did personally notice a lull in my shopping. Now, I will say I bought for other people.
Which is a good way to do it.
I also now I have a wife. The mom and dad want to know what to get me and stuff. So it literally, the week of Black Friday is the week that every year that something will show up at my house for me. Like I got like knee sleeves. Oh, I got a bar for my home gym last week, and I get a phone call from Sarah, and she says, "Did you get a bar?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, You're a month away from Christmas. If you're gonna get something for yourself, you got to tell me first so that I know or whatever. And she's like, I had a bar in the cart, and I was gonna get it, and I'm like,
But that's
oh,
a month
my bad.
that you wouldn't be able to work out.
Exactly. Yeah, I've already used it.
Gotta
So,
get fit.
but it's around this time that I shut down my own buying for me, anyways.
Yeah.
In your case, though, obviously, if it's the right deal and it's something that you really wanted and you were paying attention, maybe you would get it. But I think that Black Friday, my mentality on Black Friday has changed big time. And one thing that really hit me this year was Black Friday is a time when you are given an excuse to spend money with a brand that you've wanted to spend money with previously. Mm-hmm. That's the way that I'm seeing it now. It's not like, and again, unless you're shopping for somebody else, in which case then it's justified to spend somewhere else. But what I'm noticing is most people are like, and we talked about it even in here, the ads that you're seeing on Facebook are from new brands a lot of times. And you're like, I don't want that. I'm not in the mood for that.
Yeah.
So giving me a discount on it doesn't matter, right? We talked about this before, the 56, 40, and 3 rule. Black Friday ads to cold audiences, you're reaching that 56% that's not going to buy from you. So it's not a long-term strategy, but you do think, oh, well, if I give them a big discount, they know it's Black Friday. They're in shopping mode. They're going to buy.
You're going after the 40 and the 3.
You're going after the 40 and the 3, and you can move them a little bit faster on Black Friday because there's supposed to be that built-in urgency. Now, we just talked about the fact that it was ruined by all these people opening Black Friday the week before Black Friday and keeping it open, and even still today.
It kind of just ruins it for other brands, too. Like, I think it ruins...
Right, it kind of creates that sense of, like, there's nothing special about today.
Yeah.
I did go on to a bunch of different stores and look, and I saw the company that makes my favorite shoe, which I'm actually wearing one of them today, Oliver Cabell. They had a big discount. It was like 25% off, and I have never seen them send me an email with a discount before, so I thought this would be a decent one.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So I didn't end up buying anything for myself, but it was a good one I recognized as being like, okay, this is dope. But the point of Black Friday is, and this is what I think makes what we do so important and so crucial. Black Friday and these other holidays where you discount stuff, typically you're not getting new customers by the discount alone, especially with ads as you're getting new customers, but not from customers who've never heard of you before, right? That's not your go-to clientele. The go-to clientele is going to be the people who like some of the stuff on your store, but don't have the money to get it or haven't wanted to spend $68 to get that Lululemon shirt, right? Yeah. They know it's $68. They know they like it, but they, $45, I'll justify, right? Those are the people that you're going to get on Black Friday. And I think a lot of businesses lost sight of that. Like, who's going to spend the most with me? Somebody who knows something about me prior to Black Friday is what I'm getting to.
Which makes a lot of sense. Like,
right.
Why would you shop at, if you like Lululemon and some other random brand shows you an ad for their shirt, it's like, no, I'd much rather I know Lululemon's quality. I don't know anything
100%.
about your stuff. Like,
and I also think that it's like there's a business aspect to it of like, in the world that we're in today, there's a cycle that takes place to get somebody to buy your stuff, regardless of whether it's discounted or not. And again, this goes back to the 56, 40, and 3 rule. It gives you a really good example of it. 56% is never going to buy from you, at least not in this buyer life cycle. 40% are going to buy sometime in this buyer life cycle, but not right now. 3% are actively looking to buy. The people who are actively looking to buy your thing, this is the biggest piece. They should be on your list. Mm-hmm. The 3% of people that are actively looking to buy your thing should be on your list. You should have their text message and or email so that you can notify them, hey, our stuff is available. It's at a discount.
Well, the 3% for sure, but even the 40, like
even the 40, 100%.
Getting those people on there.
And a majority of them will be. Ads help because I think we lost sight of ads because we used to just be able to put up an ad, press a button, spend a little bit of money, and get people to sign up and buy our stuff. That used to be how it would go because
even since
ads
I've
were
been
costing.
Working for you for the past 4 years, it's changed significantly.
I mean, I used to be able to say, hey, I'm going to have a new offer. I'm going to put it out, and I'm getting leads at $4.50 all day. And people buying the stuff on the spot, people that I didn't know.
And obviously with tracking and everything, it's changing, but I think just like how ads are performing in general without like the tracking and stuff. If we just say like more and more people are on those platforms, more and more people are doing ads. I think that's just.
Well, it's funny because like 4 years ago, I taught the trust funnel.
Yeah.
But I stopped using it myself because that's what we do as human beings. We stop doing the stuff that's working a lot of times. But it's that same idea. Like where you have to build trust to get somebody to buy from you. And you know, we run this first ad on Black Friday to this cold audience because we're like, oh, we're going to make a bunch of money. And you expect that to be what works. But what's funny is I talked to a lot of people on Black Friday, ads related, business owners, you name it. And they all said ads massively underperformed. The cost was higher than I've ever seen. Personally, internal ads were the highest I've ever seen. And what I mean by that is my cost to acquire, yes, was much higher. But I'm talking the actual cost to show my ad to somebody went up tenfold from what I'm used to. It was statistically it was like 7x.
This is cold audience or this is
cold audience.
Okay, across the
to
board.
reach somebody new that I haven't reached before with an ad cost me 7 times as much, which is why my lead cost was 7 times as high. Because
now, let's just like break this down a little bit. Why do you think that is?
Oh, well, number one, it was because the ads in the news feed, everybody else was running ads on Black Friday. So there was less inventory, which means in an auction platform, the cost is going to go up. Yeah. I also think there was a distraction point of view from people. Like your CPM typically goes down based off of the engagement in the ad. When you're advertising something that's not like Black Friday sexy, which is like build your business, which is what we did, you're not going to get as much engagement. People are looking more for like
physical,
like something like, bam, I want to buy it, you know? So costs went up, but costs are going up in general. Costs are higher than they've ever been. And there's nothing we can really do about that. But all of that leads me to the idea that I really wanted to get across in today's episode, which is, you know, when you're building your business, let's say it doesn't matter what you want to sell, but I think e-commerce is a very hot topic because a lot of people are in the e-commerce space selling things in that niche. But even in digital, like digital e-commerce, if you spent your time and money and effort driving people into a platform where you could get their information and use that information in the future to tell them about your deals, to indoctrinate them into your process, to tell them about your product, you know, we go back on the whole vitamin D topic for e-commerce, but even looking at digital, we sell a $997 offer. For $997, what we offer, it's worth astronomically more than that. Absolutely. We have a user we were just talking about yesterday who has like 6 pages over 10,000 subscribers.
Yeah, he's
one of them at 1.5.
1.5 million.
That's crazy. So for 1.5 million subscribers, he got that paying $997. Now, even if you're at the beginning level of marketing online, let's say, Travis, I don't have a business. I want to start a business right now. What would I do? The 2 easiest things are going to be a drop shipping style business, but I don't mean drop shipping in the formal way of like buying from AliExpress. I mean drop shipping like what Shine On does. Start a jewelry company where you can go to Shine On. It's made and produced in America. You know it's quality stuff. Yep. You don't do any of the fulfillment. You just do the sales. Because now you can get that. You could get that started today, right? Like you have nothing going on right now. You could go home and spend 6 hours and have this up and running. That's the lowest barrier to entry, right? That or affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is also something that you could have up and running right now. But let me paint 2 pictures for everybody who's here about the difference, and especially highlighting Black Friday, because ads are sucking more and more. They're costing more and more. They're harder to get started. And it's going to be harder for you and I to compete against the big dogs when Pepsi and Mountain Dew and
they just have unlimited amounts of money.
When those companies come in and they are bidding on the same timelines that we are, we're losing that auction.
Game over.
We're losing that auction 100% of the time because they're going to go, Progressive's going to be like, yo, I have $100 million a month to spend. And I'm like, yo, I've got 20,000. Like, I can't compete with them. And Facebook knows that. And your willingness to spend does help you move in the algorithm. So, tale of 2 stories here. You're starting from nothing. And again, this qualifies for anybody who already has a brand. You're going to see where this plays out. I want to start a company. I'm going to sell shine-on jewelry, a necklace. I'm going to sell it to moms who have daughters, right? Something basic. And I get my store up. I get my product made. I start advertising. And now the normal way to do this is advertise, send them right to your store. If they buy, great. If they don't, the product must suck. Now, let's think about that from the mom's perspective. They have no idea who you are. You're asking them to trust you. You just created your own business. You're asking them, somebody who doesn't know you, to trust that you are going to actually take their money and deliver a product. In today's world, that's a big ask. They don't know if you actually have the product. They don't know that your store is real.
Especially
they've never seen you before.
Right. You can't mess that up.
And the quality of it might be an issue, right? Yeah. So by representing your product over and over again, and this I've talked about a million times, this is probably the number one thing in business, consistency. If that person sees you in their newsfeed again and again and again, and then also sees you in other channels, on Instagram, in email, on SMS, then it's like, okay, this must be a real company. They're all over the place.
Absolutely.
Right? Versus like, I saw their ad one time, didn't buy, never saw them again.
Well, it's like, it goes back to that sales technique that we've talked about for years as far as like the 7-touch campaign, right? You need 7 touches. Now, I think in this world that we're in, you need maybe
a lot
double
more.
that.
And we've talked about it because it's the quality of touches. Like an ad in the newsfeed is a poor touch. It's got to be a touch point in a, like, there's this old saying in sales where it's like you want to get somebody at the kitchen table, right? What's that touch point that's close to the kitchen table? In their hand, in their phone, like inbox,
SMS,
inbox. So,
email.
There on one hand, you start your jewelry store, you start promoting it, you send the people to your store, and you might get a couple of sales, maybe a handful of sales. And you're like, okay, cool, I broke even. Well, you're not making any money when you break even, and that sucks. So now you're like, okay, well, I spent 100, I made my 100 back. Now I got to spend another 100. Maybe now you only make 80. Okay, crap, I'm in the whole 20. Now you spend another 100, you make 120. Okay, I'm break even. I've had to spend $300 to break even. And that's the case that's happening to a lot of people that are out there, especially digital business, physical products, doesn't matter. You're spending on ads. Ads are getting more expensive. So you're spending on ads and it's less and less profitable. So now you're lucky to break even on this thing and you're continuing to grow, but you don't have a list. So you're actually getting no assets out of this because after a while, Facebook will no longer let you target the people who are on your website, which used to be the big asset. Literally, there are e-commerce courses out there that their main thing is teaching you drive people to your website at any cost
and then
retarget those people, bringing them back because that's that consistency, right? There's a massive shift happening in online marketing, and it's going way more hardcore on the D2C path. You have to control the relationship with your audience in a platform that you have control over. One of the most brilliant things I'm seeing e-commerce stores doing is they're launching their own apps. Yeah, they're paying a lot of money, $50,000, $60,000 to have their own app, and they're getting all their people to download their app. So this way, when it's time for them to notify you about Black Friday, bang.
So you're saying
it's a push notification.
Like even like a clothing company is coming out with their own app?
Yeah, like because there's companies that will make you an app based on your store. Gotcha. So you pay them, they build you an app, it downloads into the phone, and you've got it. And I think that's brilliant because that gives you D2C. Yeah. That gives you direct to consumer from your audience. When, in other words, the only thing you have on Black Friday is ads, right? Again, let's go back. Now you're the jewelry store, you're somewhat successful, Black Friday comes. How do you reach the people that haven't bought from you yet, that were waiting on the deal? What's your method of reaching them?
You're just making a post, I guess.
Maybe making a post or maybe making ads, either of which is going to cost you more or get less reach, right? Yeah. So the post on the day, posting is free. There's no barrier to entry there. So everybody posts their Black Friday deals.
Seeing, that 8% dwindles down to like
2, 1. Yeah. So now 1% engagement on that post, and your ads are going to cost you more. Yes, again, can you make money? Yes, plenty of stores are making money running ads on Black Friday. But if you're top 1,000 stores on Shopify, it's going to be really hard to break through that ad barrier. If you're underneath the top 1,000 digital product sellers in the market, coaches, whatever, it's going to be hard for you to break through because you're barely, you're profitable. Maybe you're making 6 figures, but you've got to really step up on Black Friday because ad costs go up 5, 6, 7 fold. Now, here's the reverse of that. Instead of opening my store, promoting it to a website, I promote it into a sequence that asks people for their email address and then promotes the product, right? This is the discussion that is literally the core of this channel. You promote them into a sequence. Same ad that you were already running. Hey, I've got this amazing necklace that you should have. Click here to get more information. You click, a little message pops up that says, hey, thank you so much for checking this out. This is a great necklace. I'm going to give you more reasons to check it out. Just click, best deal, and I'll show you the best deal we have on this right now. Best deal. Okay, great. I want to give you the best deal. In order to get started, just give me your email address. Bang. Everybody on the way in gives you the email address. Afterwards, you show them the product. You show them the necklace. You show them a carousel of a bunch of different images of the product, just like you would do on your normal e-commerce sales page. Rewind. Same idea. Physical product.
Yeah.
Same ad. Clicks the button. Hey, you're going to love this so much. I've got this 10-page PDF. In order to get it, just click PDF. They click PDF. Okay, great. I want to send it to you right now. Type your email address below. Email. Boom. Everybody gives you email. Now, let's say the same percentage of people buy your necklace, your digital product, whatever it is. 1%, something. Let's say low number, 1%. But now you've got an email address.
Yep.
Now you can email your digital product. Let's say it's this was a cool idea we had a long time ago for a Shopify store, a sticky buy button for mobile. So as they scroll, they can hit buy now and it puts whatever there's on their screen in their cart. So they don't have to cool. It'd be a cool idea because otherwise you're just scrolling and you're seeing stuff, but you're like, what is that? So let's say my digital product is a sticky buy button. I get all these Shopify stores over to my business. They see it. They don't buy, right? But I got all their email addresses. So now I'm emailing them case studies of all the people who are putting my little mobile buy button on their website. Now they're going to buy.
And now it's not just 7 days. Now it's 30 days.
Yeah, 60 days, 90 days. Now, same thing. Jewelry. Shine On. They got the email address. The lady doesn't buy right now, but I put her through a 7-day follow-up series talking about that particular necklace and why it's so important. And I show case studies or I show client testimonials. I show a video of an unboxing, right? And now they're like, oh, wow, this is great. Now, without spending any more money, this is the cool thing, spent $0 additional dollars. I'm getting people to go through the process of trusting my brand, of seeing that I'm a real company, of getting that consistency. And we take for granted the fact that just because somebody saw your ad, that doesn't mean they're in buying mode right now. They might be on the road at a red light. Put the phone down. Oh, crap. Okay, now your ad's gone.
Because how often do you buy something from a brand new company that you have no idea, you've never seen them? I mean,
you usually do a little bit of review. Yeah, you do a little bit of review. You Google them or you look on their website for other case studies.
Yeah.
I did it recently with a blender. I bought a blender, but I bought it after looking at their Instagram a ton. So I did a lot of research on the Instagram. And particularly, this is what's funny about buying. A lot of times you buy something for one reason only. Mm-hmm. And the reason was I thought that the container that you blended in was glass. I was wrong. It's just hard plastic, but I thought it was glass and I wanted one that was glass. But then also I wanted one that was not that loud. And they did a story post showing somebody blending something and it didn't look that loud. When I got it, it was significantly louder than their video. So they must have turned that down. Yeah. But I bought for that one reason. I wanted a blender because the problem that I had a loud blender. So I would turn it on in the morning and it could wake the kids up, or I'd turn it on and it could wake somebody up in another room.
Yeah, I think even in that case, you still did. I
did research. Yeah, I didn't just see the ad and buy it. I definitely saw the ad and said, I would buy this.
Let me look into this.
If I knew, and I looked more into it. But yeah, you almost never just buy something the very first time, which is why in Chatmatic, we have a $9.97 offer. I don't look to get people to buy from me on day one. I expect them that they'll buy by the end of the cycle of my emails that go out.
That's going to be such a better customer anyway. It's
right, because now they know
what they're getting. Like,
and one of the things that we did in our email follow-up, which I think not enough people are doing, is yes, I promoted the offer in the email. So emails 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think there's 9 emails right now. All those in the body, it's like, hey, here's another reason. Here's another reason. We base it on emotional, and we base it on logical, and we base it on scarcity-based motives. But in the PS of every single email, I have additional content they can go consume.
Yep.
I broke my sales pitch into 3 videos instead of 1. I send them to a YouTube video that explains a specific kind of offer that we have. And those things over time will pay off because now that person's going at all times. They're saying, is this worth $9.97 to me? The first time they see the offer, it might not be because maybe I didn't speak the language they needed me to speak to them.
Yeah. What resonates best with them? Maybe it is a PDF. Maybe it is a podcast.
Right. Maybe it's a 28-minute demo video. It's one of those things. Now, here's where all of this comes together and why I think this is so important to talk about right now as it's just post Black Friday. So now you're shine on distributor, salesperson, you've been spending time for the last 6 months trying to grow your business. You're mostly broke even, right? Sitting next to you is a clone of you who's done the exact same thing, but they pushed all their traffic into a list building system. Mm-hmm. They were sending all of their traffic, or a portion of it, 40% of it, 50% of it, into an automated sequence that collected lead information for them so that they could remarket to people. Let's say that on the surface, you both made exactly the same amount of money on your ads, right? Let's just say, which I don't think is true, by running into Messenger, running into Instagram DMs, they didn't make more money, which they would because they have an automatic follow-up window, all this stuff. But now Black Friday comes. Wake up on Black Friday morning and they go, hey, I'm going to discount everything on my store 20%. You have the same thought. I'm going to discount everything on my store 20%. How do you let people know?
An ad.
You run an ad or you make a post to your 800 followers, and then you're pissed that nobody buys, right? Yep. This person has a list of 8,000 people. They send an email out, hey, thank you so much for being on our VIP list. We wanted to let you know we're having 20% off. Who do you think makes more money? Your clone.
You didn't have to spend any money.
Spent zero additional money, spent the same amount of money to get people in, made equal amount of money on the way in. But now, on the days that matter, the audience that knows them gets to see their stuff versus your audience that might know you a little bit. Maybe they clicked on your ad. That audience on Facebook is gone. Now you run that ad and it doesn't even reach those people because they're outside of the window of 7-day retargeting. So this is one of the classic fails that I'm seeing happening right now is there's all these people who are trying to build a business or trying to grow their business, and they're not focused on how do I take somebody from not knowing who I am to knowing who I am and getting their information so that when it comes time for me to make another offer, I have these people.
Yeah.
I've said it a billion times. I literally don't care what business somebody's starting. If they started it with the focus of building a list, they'd make more sales. Look, real estate agent. I want to get into the real estate agent game. Okay, cool. So what you would do is create a list of people, make a sequence that's like, hey, I'm about to get into the real estate game. What I want to do is I want to create a list of people who are looking for the best investments. Here's what I'm going to do. When I get my license, I'm going to go into the database and I'm going to get all the best listings between 100,000 and 500 and 500,000 and up. And I'm going to email you based on which one you pick. And all I want you to do is just sign up and I'll email you the listings when they happen.
Have a license.
You don't even have a license yet.
Yeah.
Then the other person says, I'm going to go get my license. They go get a license. Now they got their real estate license and they say, now what?
Yeah.
Having a list is the only thing that guarantees any results. And I just think it's crazy because coming out of Black Friday, I saw, after speaking to all the ads people, after talking to different brands, a majority of the revenue coming in from Black Friday was from email and SMS. And there are people that are going to try to build a business without those two things. And this is why I think Chatmatic really has a place in this industry. And that's because there's no better way to build your list with everything that you do. You're big on Instagram. You're making organic posts. Okay. We just started with another company that does giveaways, and they put a comment trigger on. So anybody who commented on their latest post got a message. It asked them for their email address, and it went from there. There are over 1,000 email addresses collected,
and that's
in 24 hours.
Yeah.
1,000 email addresses.
Over 24 hours at this point. Yeah.
And so now they're going to do another promotion next month, and they're going to have 1,000 people on that list. That's going to turn into 3,000. Then 3,000 turns into 8,000. Then 8,000 turns into 16,000. And now all of a sudden, we're 6 months in. They got a list of 50,000 people, and it doesn't matter if they get shadow banned. It doesn't matter if they can't run ads. It doesn't matter if ad costs go up, because what matters is you've got a list of 50,000 people that want to hear from you, and you can sell whatever you want.
Even if, like, let's say they don't get shadow banned or anything bad happens. If they approach you as far as like wanting to join their contest, they're worth more.
100%.
They could be like, okay, hey, as part of this agreement, we promote your product to our email list, or
as well as the social. Yeah. Well, I think that's something that a lot of, like, if I'm running my own business, and it literally doesn't matter what you want to do. You want to run an agency, build a list of brands that might be interested in your service. So I came across this guy 2 years ago who was using Messenger as his entire funnel. Had one website where you could sign up to book a call, and he was selling restaurants on. I showed you his stuff a while back. He was selling restaurants on like how to use Messenger to get more people to come in their restaurant. It was like right at the beginning of COVID.
Yeah.
And he had this one campaign where at the beginning of COVID, where everybody was locked down, he had this pizza place put together a make your own pizza packet, and you could buy it and then come by and drop it off. Great campaign. I still get sponsored messages in my DM from his brand, but he does it really cleverly. It's like, hey, are your weekends really busy right now? Yes or no? If you click yes, it continues to go through another cycle. The guy's killing it, I bet. I guarantee he's killing it because he's actually getting results for restaurants, which I think is great. But he's also got a list of business owners that he can reach out to continuously let them know, I'm here. I'm still doing the same thing. I'm still helping restaurants get results. Because how many people are fly-by-night agencies and they're like, oh, well, I didn't make any money. You didn't make any money because you didn't even give the business owners a chance to see that you were legit. Yep. You want to just start something and make money. Oh, you wanted to start an e-commerce company and then have it be $1 million thing. You're not even giving your audience a chance to know that your product is decent.
Well, especially with an agency, like you can stumble into 1 to 2 clients. But
100%.
All of a sudden, 3 months, 4 months goes by, one client leaves because of whatever
and now
reason.
You're struggling.
Yeah, now you only have one. Now you're hurting, but you don't have any way.
You have no asset to be able to, because like imagine building your list. You get a bunch of business owners on. Let's say I was running an agency in the e-commerce space. I run ads that say, hey, look, we have 3 campaigns that we use for everybody in the e-commerce space. I'm going to show you exactly what they are. When they click, they go into Messenger. It shows them the 3 campaigns. We've done this before. Now I've got a list of people who, because my ad was saying, hey, you run an e-commerce store, everybody who's in there runs an e-commerce store or probably has an interest in doing so. Yeah. Now I want to work with e-commerce stores. So a month from now, I have room to onboard 2 new clients. I send out an email to everybody who came through my system saying, hey, we've got room for 2 more clients. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to implement those 3 campaigns. What's going to happen is that person who went through my ad is going to go, I really liked those 3 campaigns. I never implemented them. Here's an opportunity for me to get a chance to it. I'm going to at least book a call with the guy and see if I should be interested because here he is again offering me something that I know I need. I know I need more sales. He's offering me the ability to do that. Does that sound easier or harder than having to send DMs until you like cold DMs and cold emails until you're blue in the face?
Well, yeah.
Building a list can be done regardless of what you're doing.
I mean, a warm audience is better than a cold audience.
And the only way to get them warm is to get them to commit to getting more information from you via giving email, giving SMS. When collecting email, I love email personally because email is on my terms more than SMS is on the user's terms. But even thinking about Black Friday, we were talking about it before. On Black Friday, when you're on Facebook, you're not looking at the ads as much because when you want to buy something on Black Friday, you go to email because the thought process, and this is really cool, the thought process is the stuff that I care about, I've already opted in for, right? That's a crazy thought process because there's 3 guys here in the office. We all agreed that was something that was a thought process that we had on Black Friday was like, if I want to buy something, I'm going to check my email because it was either from a company that I've already bought from, now I'm on their buyer's list, or it's somebody that I opted in for to get a discount in the future or some information in the future. I want to see what their deals are.
It would be interesting to know like how much time people spent on social, even given like a holiday, because thinking about it, like I didn't spend nearly as long on Instagram as I would on a typical day just because I felt a little bogged down with like I wasn't getting the normal content.
You're definitely not. Yeah, it's a lot of offers and ads and
it's that
there's going to be some offer fatigue going on, I think, on Black Friday. So I would think that the actual like I bet you there's a lot more search happening on social media on Black Friday than there would be in normal times. I bet you people are searching significantly more. They're going on Instagram looking for somebody that they want to get a deal from versus just scrolling their feed. Which would be interesting to see if like any reach went down. But this is what the ultimate point of this is. Black Friday is a phenomenal example, a micro example of why list building is so important.
I think it's especially now.
And here's the message that I need to get across to everybody. And I think I want to shout it from the rooftops. But the reason that we're here doing what we do at Chatmatic is because I genuinely believe that there's no better way to build a list for everybody on the planet than Chatmatic. Why? A, costs are lower to run ads into Messenger and Instagram than it is to a website because you're not making them leave the platform. B, you get a list from everybody, right? You're building a subscriber that you can follow up with from everybody that you send in. C, you still get to promote your product. D, in Messenger, you pre-populate email, so you get it easier. Pre-populate SMS, so you get it easier. There's an infinite amount. E, it doesn't take as long to build a Messenger sequence as it does a landing page and a sales page, right? So you've got your e-commerce store, you've got your physical product. You don't have to worry about making this really cool on-brand landing page. You send them into a chat, everybody can be remarketed to right there. But then also, you don't have to, it takes you 15 minutes. You're up and running. And now that ad is going to promote for you. And now you can, A, B, C, D, E, F. I shouldn't have had to do that. I should know that E, F. Then you've got the built-in 24-hour rule, right? So now they opt into your list the first time. They opt into your Messenger sequence. They don't end up buying from you. You wait 2 hours and you hit them back up. Hey, just want to let you know. Like imagine doing that on Black Friday. Black Friday, your ad sends them into Messenger. Now they're a subscriber. You send them over to the store. People are going to buy from you. 2 hours later, hey, just wanted to check. Did you end up getting that? Right? 20 hours later, hey, Black Friday's almost over. We've extended it for you. You can use this code. This is a secret VIP in Messenger only discount code, but it's going to be expired in a few hours. You would absolutely make more money than just sending them to your store and hoping that you get them back.
I mean, it's absolutely how it should be. Like, especially people opening it a week early. Why not be the first to know next week?
Right, I would build my list. I think that's the problem is a lot of people look at the ad strategy there is like, I can't just start ads on Friday and end them on Friday. There's not enough time for them to ramp up. So I can start them on Tuesday, ramp them up so that on Friday, boom, I can drop the hammer on a bunch more ad budget and make more money. Why not just start them rolling on Tuesday, Friday morning, switch to an actual sponsored message campaign? We've done this in the past. Anybody listening to this, the idea that leading up to Black Friday, you do hey, on Black Friday, we're going to have the best deals of the year, be the first to know, and you get extra discounts too. Click here, sends them into Messenger. Now you have them for sponsored messages. On Black Friday, we did a sponsored message to, I want to say it was like 5,000 people that made like $40,000 because we had a direct way of messaging them. It popped up on their phone as a notification like, yo, you need to get this.
No one's doing that on Black Friday.
Nobody was doing it, and people still aren't doing it.
Some texts, but
I didn't get a single
texts aren't branded.
I didn't get a single Messenger sponsored message on Friday.
I didn't either.
And I've opted into a bunch of different things.
I'm on a lot of lists.
Yeah, so I think that's really interesting. I got a couple of texts, but omni-channel power. You guys want to make money from small audiences? Get them into Messenger, get their email and SMS. If you get 1,000 emails and 1,000 SMS, I guarantee you can make as much money as you could imagine possible from a list of 1,000 people. Now 1,000 get your SMS, 1,000 get your email. Maybe they don't buy from both, but they buy from one or the other. And then you get sponsored messages. They buy from that. You go back in the DMs. You have your assistant or your whoever's running support go into the DMs and be like, hey, just want to let you know you saw this 30% off deal, yada yada, whatever. It instantly magnifies the amount of money that somebody could make by just switching, small switch. Still promoting your product, just building your list along the way.
There's nothing's changing drastically.
And I think that when brands picked up on this idea and they say, "Whoa, this is a big change. I need to make this change so that next Black Friday I have a much bigger list. Next Black Friday I'm not trying to make money anymore." Mr. Shine On jewelry seller, yeah, you're promoting your store. Black Friday came, boo-hoo, you had nobody to reach out to, and it's like my Black Friday wasn't as awesome as everybody else's. Why was theirs so great? Either A, they're an ad wizard and they had some kind of crazy cool technique that even we don't know about. And I've spent like $4.5–6 million on ads. I know a decent amount of tricks. I don't know that one.
Yeah.
There's no way to reduce costs on that. Or they had an email and SMS list and they prioritized that list. They didn't just get that list from people who abandoned cart.
Because you're not having to spend any money to do that. Well, you have your platforms that you're using.
It might cost you a couple $100 if you had a big list. To begin, most people will give it to you for free. But you just send emails. And I think that's super important part that I wanted to get across, especially right now in this season, was going through December now, what's going to happen? If you have a list, it's going to be easy to continue to generate sales too because people are still going to buy for Christmas and all this kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you one email that if you're at this point in the podcast and you want a little tip and you have an email address, this email will get you a boatload of sales. You ready for it? It is the buy now in guaranteed delivery time for Christmas. That email, send it on December 12th to guarantee that it gets there before Christmas or December 8th, will smash. If you can target based on gender, send it to the men. Hey, to get your girl's gift before Christmas, the only way, this is the last day to get it, while it's guaranteed to get it before Christmas, you will crush. We talk about this all the time, finding these little ideas that can make you extra money with your email list. This is one of those ideas. And I think a lot of people, to end it, I want to talk about this real quick. A lot of people will say like, okay, well, how do I build my list? Number one, you build it while promoting your offer. That's the evergreen thing. Whatever you're promoting right now. Oh, Travis, I sell this nice heart necklace. Okay, make a sequence that promotes that heart necklace in Messenger. Add to Messenger to store. Still has the same conversion objective. Everything is the same except for where you're sending them. You're not sending them to your store. You're sending them into a place where you can get data. There's that. If you have social media, do a VIP list. Hey, we're creating a VIP list just for our insiders of people who really want to get to know our stuff. No, your list isn't going to be 8 million people. It's going to be 10,000 at best, 20,000. But it's your best 20,000.
Yeah,
so when Black Friday comes and you want to sell something kind of stupid, they're going to buy it. But not if you only made a post. Not if you only can rely on ads.
20,000 aren't going to see that post. Not all 20,000.
Most of them won't.
Yeah.
So the idea of like how to build a list, take everything you're doing right now, think, how can I do this in a step-by-step sequence that still promotes the same idea? And then also give people an opportunity to get closer to you, right? People pay for proximity. We've talked about this. From a brand, if you're on social media, people will pay. Like I was talking about Matt Frazier, the CrossFit Games champ. People will stand in line for 2 hours at a GNC to take a picture with him.
I mean, he's a superstar.
That's a cost, right?
Yeah.
2 hours of your life is cost to you. So if people are willing to spend their most valuable asset, which is time, waiting to take a picture with you, how much do you think they would pay to get insider tips from you, right? They'd pay at least an email address.
Dude, I was seeing like these no-name influencers. So I had no idea. Obviously, a lot of people do know who they are.
Yeah.
But they were waiting like 6-7 hours for like the
totally.
same thing. And it's like, why? Like,
dude,
this person, Matt Frazier, at least has some value. Like,
right. Well, yeah. And I mean, that's the
fit.
thing is like some people just like to be close to the celebrity. So people will pay more money to get closer and closer to you. So if you make a VIP list in Messenger that's like, this is my insider of all insiders. I only share special stuff with you guys. I give you additional discounts. I tell you where I'm going to be ahead of time. I DM you special videos that are like what I'm doing at this time, yada, yada. They will eat it up, dude. Yeah. Like the Feeding the Frazier, Matt Frazier's fiance, who we've worked with on Instagram. She could easily do hey, I'm gonna release 5 special recipes every month, or 1 special recipe a month that's not gonna be put on my website, that's not gonna be in my cookbook. People would be like, I don't want to miss that. That sounds freaking cool. It could be a sugar cookie recipe, but people are gonna be like, I'm glad I got the inside, because other people missed out on this.
Yes.
People will pay to feel like they get something somebody else doesn't. It doesn't even matter if it doesn't have value. Literally. It's crazy. If I put people are doing this too, and I think this is amazing. If I put these podcasts behind a paywall and I said the only way to get our exclusive podcast episodes is to be a member of a $20 a month membership, people would pay. For the same episode that I aired for free, they would pay to feel like they're getting an exclusive.
You know what I've seen, and I'm guilty of this as well, is like sometimes I like to watch a podcast.
Yep, sure.
So you can listen to it for free or
watch it. Yeah.
You can watch it, but
Yep.
it costs X amount of money.
Dude, that's what Joe Rogan does. He gives you all of his clips on YouTube, and then he says, for the full episode, go to Spotify. So you got to pay for Spotify in order to get it. But the whole idea is everybody listening to this, you need to figure out what to do starting right now, today, to build your list. Because I guarantee it'll make more money. That's the craziest thing. I can't guarantee that if you spend more money on ads, you're going to make more money. I can't guarantee that if you make a better sales page, you're going to make more money because I don't know if it's going to be better. I can't guarantee that if you make another landing page, that you're actually going to get opt-ins. I can guarantee that if you spend all of your time, energy, and money sending people into a sequence, I guarantee you build subscribers. In which case, you can get granular and figure out what it is that they want. Yeah. If I went through every single one of my DMs and said, hey, what are you looking to do with your business? Oh, you want this. Last 2 customers that came in, one woman owns a franchise helps franchises get more people to buy into their franchise. So I hit her up and I said, hey, welcome to Chatmatic. Just wanted to surprise you. We do that with some of our people who join. I'll randomly email people and just say, hey, just wanted to point you in the right direction.
A restaurant franchise or
some of them were restaurants. Some of them were things like that. And so I said, so what are you looking to do with Chatmatic? She said, I run this franchise company. Do you have any ideas? And I said, yeah, build a list of people who might be interested in buying franchises and continuously email them with information about joining the franchise. You're going to get them. There's no way somebody's going to spend $750,000 the first time they meet you. Hey, what's going on? Do you want to own a franchise? I might be interested. Give me $750,000. It's like,
even the wealthiest.
That's going to take a long time.
Yeah, even really wealthy
develop
people.
the relationship, and you do that through email and SMS. You got to get the information from them. So, yeah, I think that building your list needs to be number one, a list priority for basically every single person who's ever listened to this. I don't care if you are literally not making any money right now, but your idea is, I want to start building an online business. Build a list, because I guarantee you when that list gets to 5,000, 10,000 people, you will figure out a way to make money. Guaranteed. And if not, I will pay for whatever it costs you to build your list, and I'll buy your list from you because I will make money off of it.
You don't even need your own product. You can
literally promote affiliate products.
Yeah.
I would find somebody else willing to pay me on a solo campaign to promote their stuff.
Yep.
Oh, I built a list in the golf niche. You don't think I could sell an email to Asher Golf, who sells golf gloves, or Titleist maybe even, or Rick Shields, who wants to promote his podcast? I could sell an email every day, $500. Now I just made $15,000 a month.
In every niche, especially golf, because that's obviously one big one that we follow a lot. It's like, there's a million pages out there that all need to promote their stuff.
There's literally 200 on Shopify that we found that have stuff they want to promote. So it's every single niche. Build your list of people who are interested in your topic, and then you can sell your thing. I think that everybody teaches business backwards. They teach build the website, build the sales page, make the video, build the course, do all that. What if instead I built my list, pre-sold the course? That's what I did with Chatmatic. Before Chatmatic was ever released, December 16th, 2016, before Chatmatic actually came out, I did a webinar and I said, hey, for one-time lifetime price, you can get in. It'll change in the future when we add more features, but for right now, you'll always have some version of a lifetime account. If you get in right now, it's this much, and I don't have the product for you yet. And I did one of my best webinars ever then, and I built my list, didn't have the thing to sell. I showed them screenshots of what it was going to be and talked about what it was going to be in the future. And people were like, yeah, I want to be a part of that. I don't want to have to pay more when he releases it, so I went in. But that funded the building of it. Yeah. And then I also had a list, so I could re-promote that in the future. I literally think at this point it's psychotic not to focus all of your energy and effort on building a list. If you've listened to this podcast, please share this with anybody that is trying to run a business, that has a business, that wants to grow that business, that's thinking and or considering doing it. I literally don't care. You could be a plumber, dude. If you built a list of everybody who owned a home in your town and you have a list of it, and then you're like, hey, I'm going to start my own plumbing company. I've been a plumber for 20 years. It's time for me to branch out on my own. I'm looking to get a base of people that I can help. I'm going to be building my list, and I'll be emailing you tips of things that you can do to help yourself in the plumbing world, to like take care of your own plumbing, to make sure that you're good. But then also just to create a line of communication back and forth so that if you ever need a plumber, you know where to go. You'll make money.
You know who I need to be on a list for is like a home cleaner. Somebody who like comes in and like detail cleans your house. I used to be on one, but they stopped texting
Most
me.
people don't have the lists. I do think that would be a really great one. We have a company that's really great that does our place.
Like, where I'm at, like every 3 months, 4 months,
it'd be nice to have somebody
come in and like detail clean my house.
I'm telling you, man. Build if a home cleaner was like, I'm going to start my own home cleaning company. You start by building your list. It's so much easier than like, I'm going to start my own home cleaning company. What do I need? I need to build a website. I need to get all these flyers made. I got to go meet all these people. It's like, okay, instead, what if you just built your list? And then when it was time, when your website was actually open, build your list and offer people 50% off their first cleaning if they get it within the next month. Now you've built your list, you've gotten a list of clientele, and you don't even have a website. And you can do all of that in Messenger. So I don't care if you're a local business, digital product seller, coach, e-commerce, literally does not matter. I'm a videographer. I'm going to start my own videography company. If you want 50% off your first service, click here. They click, you get information. Now you can direct message them. Hey, you were interested at one point in getting my service at 50% off. Now it's $2,000. Do you still want it at $1,000? Right? Okay, great. Gotcha. What video do you need? Boom. Now I'm getting my business rolling. I did all through automated sequences. that run the same way that a human being would do it if they were doing it, and you can build your list. So I just think that I can't say enough about list building. Like, I know it's the beginning of my career. It was what started my career. And I can't say enough about the ability to build a list using Chatmatic. I don't think there's an easier platform. And I would put it up against pretty much any other platform as far as the ease to get started. I can have an ad live on Facebook building my list using Chatmatic 2 times faster than I could building a landing page with Kartra, ClickFunnels, whatever.
I mean, and you've built a lot of landing
tons
pages.
for the last 10 years.
So
100%.
Like,
I can have that ad
definitely
sequence up in friggin' no time, and it'll be a cool sequence. And people go through my sequences now, and they say, like, at the end, they'll be like, oh, cool sequence, dude. Or like, oh, that was a cool message. Nobody ever says that about my landing page. But now I've also made an impression on them.
Yeah.
Versus a landing page doesn't. The branding is different. I'm telling you.
Because no one reads through like an
Big
entire
change.
landing page.
It's like it's a billboard versus a conversation. We've talked about that before. But yeah, I think that this episode should really hopefully hit home for a lot of people who are in that mid-run of like, I didn't make as much on Black Friday as I wanted to. Well, it's because you haven't focused on building a list. I know what's going to happen. People are going to listen to this episode. Next year's going to come. Black Friday is going to come. They're going to have not done it. And I hope that little, like, the little conscience version of me on their shoulder is going, I told you so. I told you so.
Yeah.
You freaking, what did you do, man? You could have spent this last year, 2022, building your list, using Chatmatic and making sales. And now you would have a list, DMable, text messageable, and email. And instead you don't have any of it. And I'm going to be sitting there this tall, and I'm going to be like, I told you so, with like an air horn, one of those things, like, I told you so. Don't put this off for the future thinking, oh, I just got to figure this out now. This is better than what you're doing now if you're struggling. And even if you're killing it, add this in. Supplement what you're doing right now. Add this in. That should be your next move immediately after this.
Even if you're killing it, times are changing. Stuff's getting harder.
Ad costs are getting harder, everything. Even email is getting harder, but it's still better than relying fully on Facebook ads.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Because guess what? On December 12th, when it's the last day to ship something in order to get it before Christmas, how are you going to let people know that? If you had more people on your list, more people to let them know, more people would buy. What you're going to do instead is rely on ads? Really? On posting on Instagram? It's freaking crazy. It is absolutely crazy. So jump on board. We're ready to have you at Chatmatic. Obviously, Chatmatic.com. You can try Chatmatic completely for free. There's a ton of training videos inside of it. If you want our best package, our unlimited package, there'll probably be a link somewhere around the video if you're watching this, or you can hit us up in email. You can hit Trent up, Trent @Chatmatic.com. Walk you through our unlimited package, which is unlimited pages, unlimited subscribers. It's pretty cool, but do not delay until next year, next month to start building your list. Start it right now. It could be started. I had a campaign up and running 2 days ago in 15 minutes. Yeah. It can literally be started in a very short amount of time. So we're here to help all of you guys. Appreciate everybody who's listening. Please do us a favor. Like this video. Comment on it if you're watching it on YouTube. Share it with a friend. Share this podcast episode with somebody who you know is in business. It would mean the world to us if you got any value out of this to share this episode, whether you're listening to it on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, wherever. Share it with one person. It would be awesome. And otherwise, that's it, man. I hope you guys had a great Black Friday. And if not, hope next year's is even better. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.
See you soon.